uh, uh, crucial development. Prime Minister Narendra Modi speaking with President Trump at a critical juncture. And I can also tell you some details about this call and why this was significant. One, Prime Minister told President Trump that it was the time that we should move towards de-escalation. He also stressed on having an accessible and open Strait of Hormuz. As you know, that Prime Minister Modi has been, a global peacemaker. He has earlier called for there's no place for war, even to the Russian President Vladimir Putin, when the Ukraine-Russia conflict has been going on. In this case, Prime Minister has told President Trump that India is ready for anything that it can to support the peace process, because obviously India has a crucial strategic stakes, not only in the Middle East and the fact that this war should come to an end, but it also wants to stabilize the situation in the Middle East. And obviously Strait of Hormuz impacts India deeply. There is a large Indian diaspora in the Middle East that's getting impacted. And obviously this war has an impact not only on India, but a geopolitical situation as well. When it comes to President Trump, he values Prime Minister Narendra Modi as a key friend. He has said so on many occasions. And the reason why he dialed up is to let Prime Minister know that what are the efforts that are going on, because India remains a key part to this peace process. I've said time and again that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is one global leader who can help resolve this conflict, because he has a great relationship with the US, Israel on one side, and Iran on the other side as well. So I think India today can play a key pivotal role. And this call is very, very significant, because this is coming at a juncture when US has paused strikes against Iran's energy and power facilities. And there is a genuine peace effort that is going on. And also, that reinforces the larger US-India partnership, that the two countries, both US and India, continue to be great partners, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi has the trust of President Trump, and that's a reason why this crucial phone call took place. And I would say that this also reinforces India's role in making sure that Middle East becomes a zone of peace and there's an early resolution and this war comes to an end, which is important for the entire world. And India is playing a key role there.
Right, Saurabh. In fact, also want to quickly understand from you, India being one of the only countries to have pulled out its citizens safely from the war zone, also being one of the very few countries to be able to extract their their commercial shipments of LPG or crude from the contentious Strait of Hormuz. And now India also at the center of the peace talks, right with President Donald Trump from the US. In fact, the Finnish Prime Minister also speaking of India's mediation being required as a key course corrector for this entire war that's been ongoing. Also places India at a very good global position in terms of being a mediator for peace specifically. And like you pointed out, India's neutrality, more like India's statesmanship, plays out in India's favor too.
Absolutely. Prime Minister Narendra Modi globally is known as a strategic pragmatist. He's a leader who has put India on the global map like never before. And that has come to the fore once again, because India is not only making sure that it's safeguarding its own diplomatic interest, the interest of its people, which is at the center of Prime Minister's foreign policy for a long time since he took office, but he has also made sure that India's strategic interests are protected. Because as I said earlier, that India gets directly impacted by this war with a large diaspora, the huge economic burden that this war is putting us, especially on the higher energy costs. Prime Minister is committed to make sure that this war comes to an end. And that's the reason why you can only have these discussions with global leaders if you have the trust and confidence, which the Prime Minister of India has developed over these years. He has a great personal chemistry. And I can tell you that President Trump himself told me in response to your question that Prime Minister Modi is the toughest negotiator in the world. So if you have someone, a global leader who can actually forge global peace and can help this war to come to an end, that is Prime Minister Modi. Whether India plays a back channel role, that obviously is to for the Prime Minister and the Indian establishment to decide. But the fact that this crucial telephone call took place at a critical juncture is very important. And in diplomacy, all these plays a very critical role, because that underscores India's importance on the global arena and also in getting this war to an end, because that's is good for the world and for people of India as well.
Right, Saurabh, thanks very much for